This video is going to be the replacement of headlights on our 2001 Honda Accord. This is for the generation that runs from 1998 to 2002. It's a sedan, and we're replacing the headlights because they're peeling and faded in yellow. And Autosaver 88, our friends on Amazon, was nice enough to provide these beautiful new lenses to us. Here's the original headlight, and the UV layer, I guess is what you could call that, is peeling off. The plastic underneath is turning all foggy and yellow, and this layer here, yeah, that's just gone. From what we found, whatever product you use for headlight restoration or refinishing, they really don't last too long, because it's hard to substitute for this original coating here. And yeah, usually they just turn yellow within a few months. So we're gonna go ahead and put new parts on here. Before we take out the old headlights, we're just checking where the aim of the beams is going. So we're using the garage door to check where the beam centers at. On the driver's side, it's supposed to be inward a little bit, so that looks right. So we mark that spot. And then on the passenger side, it's straight ahead, so which looks normal and looks good. So, and they're at the same height, which is also good. So we're just gonna mark those reference points and then go ahead and remove the old headlights. All right, so we're gonna get the little bolts that hold the ends of the bumper to the fender. It uses an 8mm socket, and you can take that out. I think it's coming out. Yeah, it's just a little stiff. So there's one of these on either side of the bumper. There you go. And then, so we're gonna take those off first, and then we're gonna go to the bottom and take out the fasteners down there. All right, now we're doing the same thing on the driver's side, just taking out the screw with the 8mm socket. Oh, and because we have some damage here, it's a little bit stuck. Hold on. The grommet that it goes into is falling out of the fender. That's what happens when you damage your car. On to the next thing. So we're gonna remove the two clips that are on top of the grill next. We're actually missing one. We'll go back and replace that when we put everything together. But you can use a flat screwdriver to just pry it up and then lift it out. Slightly broken, but we'll go ahead and save that. And then, so now it's detached at the top, and then we're gonna go down to the bottom and take the clips out from there. So along the bottom here, well, we've had some minor damage and some pieces replaced, like this bolt here instead of a clip, but in total there should be 8 clips and bolts along the bottom. At the ends there's 10mm bolts, and I think the other 6 should be clips, but I'm not sure because some are missing. Yeah, we're gonna figure that out, and we're gonna try to sort it out and put it back together. All right, so we removed our bumper cover, and if you're wondering what exactly you gotta do to get it out, there's a retainer under each headlight, and then the retainer under the grill or behind the grill, and it just slides out of these clips here. And so yeah, basically you just pull it straight forward and it'll pop out. This retainer's a little bent. We're gonna see if we can fix that. But now we have access to the lower mounting bolts, which there's one on the side. There's 2 hidden under here, and then there's the one on top. And so we're gonna go ahead and remove our headlight assemblies. There is one bolt at the top, which is which you can use a 10mm socket to remove it. There we go. Then we got to do the ones down below. So there's 2 more bolts with 10mm heads on them that are underneath the headlights. There's one. Oh, by the way, this retainer is going to come out with the headlight too, so be ready for this to fall out. There we go. Now there's one more over on the side here. Oh, there we go. There's the retainer, and here's your headlight. Make sure you don't lose that bracket for the upper mount. Just set it right back there. And then we gotta unplug all of our light bulbs. We're removing the whole thing, the bulb in the socket. Dun-dun-dun. Here's the low beam. Oh, you don't want to touch the glass. Here's the high beam. Man, that one's in there good. Might need to loosen those screws. There we go. So yeah, if the bulb is really fighting you, it doesn't want to come out, you can actually loosen these screws. There we go. There we go. Alright, there's the high beam. And then you got this little parking light down here. Okay, so now we can get our new assembly. So here's a comparison. There's the stock, there's the new one. Nice and clear. Everything looks the same. The mounting points are all the same. So looks like it should match up. And it also has the 2 adjustment points on it. And yeah, so we'll go ahead and install this on our Accord. So on the opening, so all the lights, there's these little protective covers which I removed. And so then we can get all the lights back into the new assembly here. Nope, same thing. I need to loosen these. There we go. I just loosened them each like a quarter turn, and it worked out. Okay, low beam fit well, and we just got to do the turn signal. Okay. I'm going to peel back some of the plastic because there's 2 little alignment pins that are right there that go into the fender. There we go. Oh, and then that's where you need to put that clip back on the top. And I'll start by putting in the upper bolt just to get it held in place. Before I tighten that down, I'll make sure everything else lines up. And we got to put our retainer back. There we go. Start with this one. Can't get your hand in there. Yeah, to get it to line up, I gotta push down on the headlight a little bit. Okay, I think I got it started in there. Yeah, there we go. I'll get the other one going. Yeah, once you got the first one lined up, the second one is easy. All right, snug those down. Snug the top one. Okay, there we go. We'll go on to the other side. Now we're putting the cover back into position. Slide it into the retainer. Dun, dun, dun. There we go. There. Just make sure that everything lines up with the retainers before you push it in. Although this side has a little damage. So. Oh, that one's like permanently tweaked. We're gonna have to hold the bumper in place and then screw it down. Yeah, see, it doesn't want to stay. We'll figure this out somehow. Bottom's lined up. Oh, this part. See, the bumper cover is bent. Oh, yeah, there we go. I think it's because it wasn't lined up on the bottom, so you gotta check that too. Let's go over the flap underneath. Oh yeah, that's so much better. We used to have that ugly gap. That's way better. Okay, so then let's see, we need a couple of clips on the top. Get those in. Hold that securely in place. Then, oh, where's my little 8mm? Then there's the screws on the end here. Can't see. Oh, there it is. Oh, that new grommet lines up and everything. Gonna tuck the fender liner in. Now it looks good. Okay, there's that. Then we gotta do stuff along the bottom. Yeah, that's gonna rip off. Okay, moving along. Alright, then we gotta put some clips along the bottom. This stuff didn't belong in there. None of this. And the rest of this is just clips. Yeah, that's perfect. Alright, so we use some different style bumper clips. There we go. Now we're good. The other ones worked on the outer section. And then right here, nothing lines up because the fender liner is missing. So we found that the beam is aimed pretty well on the driver's side, but over here on the passenger side, you can see it's a little bit low. So we're going to do a quick adjustment to crank it back up. So what I'm doing is just turning the outer bolt, adjustment bolts, clockwise, and you can see it's moving up to the right level where it should be. There we go. I think that's pretty good. Left and right doesn't seem to move. We tried playing with that, although our aim from side to side is pretty good right off the bat from since we bolted them in. And yeah, so up and down, we got it straightened out. That adjustment works great, and I think we're ready to hit the road.